So I just got done watching a video by a sister in Christ who refused to take the bait on a temporary solution that she knew she could find in her own works and instead chose to wait on the Lord. She resisted that temptation to try to go back to her old selfish, ambitious ways and wait on the Lord this time. And she touched on one thing that really resonated with me. She said, once you make that choice, there's no going back. And that took me back into my memory a few years back. I was at a bar with my mom, and this older man, I started talking to him, and he was talking to me about how, like, he was talking to me about choices, and he was giving me this lecture saying like, oh, once you make that choice, once you do it, it can't be undone. You can't go back. Once it's done, it's done. Things are already set in motion. Once it's done and it's done, you can't go back. And I remember it always stuck with me because I was thinking like, what is this old man doing talking to me and telling me all this? But years later, when I look back, that was the grace of God, because I was in such a threshold in my life. I was in such a crucial place in my life in my young years that I needed to hear that, but I didn't have revelation at that time. I didn't have the maturity, or I didn't care about wisdom at that time. I'll be honest, like most of us when we're young. And so that made a lot of decisions that I could not take back, and it led to so much heartache, so much delay, so many hard lessons that I had to learn by experience. Now, all of these things made me stronger in the end. But what am I saying? I'm saying that if there's something that like God may be warning you about, or let this be a warning to those who this is for, be careful. Proverbs 4:26 says, carefully consider your ways. Carefully consider the paths of your feet. Proverbs 16:25 says, there is a way that appears to be right, but its end is death. This is a very crucial time. Be very careful about the decisions that you make, especially if you were just brought out of or delivered from some type of bondage. Do not make a decision that will lead you back on the path to destruction. Who am I talking to? Carefully consider your ways. When those tests come around, when those temptations come around, when those same people hit you up, when those same things come back, make a different choice. Carefully consider your paths. It may save your life. Now, always remember, you are God's beloved. God bless you. Be careful with your choices. They are very crucial at this point in your life.